What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Stoic Context. Today, we are going to react to another Kevin Samuels video. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm going to save my commentary for the end of the video, so stay tuned for that.
Hello. Hey, how are you?
Okay, I'm listening.
Go ahead.
I'm
How old
here
are
to learn.
How old are you, by the way?
I'm 23. My
All
name
right.
is Nisha.
So the question we're talking about, talking about a general subject that women love men who cheat, and not the last caller, but the caller before was a married woman who obviously loved her husband, and she condoned and accepted his cheating when they dated and afterwards. When we hear women often talking about the men they are so heartbroken by, but they keep going back to, are the very men who cheat. So my question is, why do women love men who cheat?
I suspect somehow we get addicted to it. I think the hormones and wanting to be accepted, and there is the other element of perhaps wanting to be chosen above the other woman for validation.
Have you ever been cheated on?
Unfortunately, yes, but I've also been guilty of cheating as well.
Okay. And so did you cheat on the same man who cheated on you?
No.
All right. So this is what confounds men. Did you get it cheated on first, or did you cheat on the other guy first? No one can see you.
Okay, so I'm bisexual, so it was sort of the other way around.
Okay, it was a woman.
I cheated I was cheated on by a male. I decided, okay, I'll be with a woman, and I ended up cheating in that relationship, unfortunately.
So you got cheated on by a man. A response was in another relationship, you cheated on a man with a woman?
Yes.
Okay. And how did he respond to that?
No, the woman. How did the woman respond
Oh,
to
how did the
that?
woman respond
Obviously,
to that?
she's devastated. Cheating hurts. I feel people speak about it because they're trying to sort of unpack the trauma. It hurts on both sides. I think it hurts men when they get cheated on, and it hurts women when they get cheated on. That's why people speak about it, because I feel like they're trying to understand, why is it happen? Am I not good enough? And I think that's the question that women ask, and that's what I got asked, like, why? Like, was I not good enough? And that's an impossible question to answer, because I think on both ends there's shame. It's shameful. It's sad.
No,
It hurts.
I don't think we talk about sex in an honest way.
Okay.
And there's a lot of misconceptions, but so a man cheated on you. Okay. So will you ever get married one day, do you think?
I hope so.
Okay. Since you're bisexual, what will be your choice? Who would you choose to marry?
A man.
Yeah, these are all questions that okay. Um,
Pardon if it's a bit odd.
no, it's
I
not.
can
It's not
answer
because I've
why
dealt
if
with
you're
women who are no,
curious.
no, that's not odd to me. I've dealt with women who are
Okay.
bisexual. I've dated women who are bisexual, but it's not a common thing for a lot of people to understand it. So I'm trying to ask questions for the audience as well. Um, would you want a traditional relationship or a traditional marriage, or would you want a more open marriage?
That's a really good question. Just to confirm, express to me what you mean exactly by traditional
Traditional
and
husband, wife, just you two.
monogamous.
Well, yeah, that's what most people think of, and then the typical gender roles.
Hmm.
Or would you want something that approximates a little bit more fluid or modern situation?
That's a really good question.
I
It really
know.
makes me think.
No.
Um, I would like the idea. So I love masculine energy, and I consider myself to be feminine, and I love the idea of submission. That's my truth. Um, The other
Submission
aspect,
in
so I would
hold on.
say
Submission in the relationship or submission in the bedroom?
that's even a better question.
Yeah, I
I
know that.
suspect
I mean, I
both.
know what I'm talking about.
I know, I can tell. You're making me think really deeply. I suspect both. Both.
But can you submit to
So
a
I
woman
would say
sexually? Can you submit sexually to a woman in the bedroom?
I would prefer to submit to a man because the masculine energy is
Yeah, we're
very,
gonna put our
very,
foot on your
very.
head.
No, no, don't.
Yeah, you like it. Trust me. Jump off the dresser in it. No, I'm just kidding. It's a bit.
What? Jump off
It's
the
a comedy bit. It's a comedy bit.
and
But
land
seriously,
where?
oh, it's just a friend of mine in Atlanta. But here's the thing: if you
Okay.
are, then your husband,
Hmm.
would you want to bring someone in for both of you guys? Because I don't think you just. I mean, I have friends who I got female friends who are bisexual. They
Hmm.
have boyfriends, but they have sex
Hmm.
with women, but they want relation. They want to be in a relationship with a man because they can't deal with women for the same reason men have a problem dealing with women. But they
Oh,
still want to do both of you.
oh, interesting. No, actually, I get it in that sense. I would go with traditional. I
Okay.
love the idea of monogamy. I like the idea of monogamy for health reasons. I like the idea of monogamy for resources. When you think of sort of the traditional, man goes out and gathers, or if just for an example, I'm not saying that. I'm just expecting my partner to go out and gather food, but just as an analogy, man goes out, a pre-modern man goes out, gathers the food, brings it back for the family. Sort of, I don't know if it would be ideal for me to have any
What
one of
part of the
us have
country?
multiple
What part of
partners.
the world are you in?
I'm in London. So I'm from the
Okay.
Caribbean. I'm from Anguilla and I live in London.
Well, if you're bisexual,
Hmm.
those urges don't necessarily go anywhere. So I find a lot of women who are bisexual tend to have more modern marriages, almost like an
Okay.
executive wife kind of thing. Because
Oh,
meaning, do you want children?
one child.
Yeah, see, that's what I've noticed that most women who kind of fit this profile don't want a lot of kids. Um, yeah, you got some thoughts to make, but you're gonna have that more liberal, sexually liberal kind of lifestyle. You need a man who you need partners who are going to be more on that wavelength, and that really doesn't fit well with traditional marriage. And a lot of people just aren't that open minded. You know, how old did you say you were again? 20 what?
23.
All right. Well, all the best to you, but if you know you like women, hey, I almost married a bisexual woman.
But Kevin, may I ask?
Go ahead.
Thank you. You mentioned urges. Um, Even if you may be attracted to someone else, if you're in a committed relationship, it doesn't mean that you have to act on it.
Well, it doesn't mean you have to act on it, but I'm realistic.
Okay.
Bisexual women tend to be attractive women, and women are attracted to women. Women are attracted to beauty.
Yes.
So is it most bisexual women who are married? They go get somebody outside their friend circle. They may recruit somebody. They may go on a trip. They may bring a professional in. They do what they do, and then they're going about their business. That's why I say
Okay.
it's a little bit more open. But the thing is, you get yours, he gets hers with her. You just have to have a conversation. Bisexual is not the
Okay.
norm in today, so you just have to have a conversation. But that's the problem. We don't have many sexual conversations. We just expect sex to work.
Mm,
And that's
got it.
bullshit. It doesn't work. We
You
have to
speak truth
talk
on
about
that.
sex. Yeah, and we're going
Hmm.
to speak more truth about that. And I'm going to bring on sex professionals, sexologists, and teachers because I stay in my wheelhouse and I let the pros talk about. I know what I've done and what I think, but I let the pros talk about that because one of the biggest taboos in relationships in general, black people in particular, is we don't talk about sexuality and We're just fucked up sexually. I'll just put it that way. We're fucked up sexually. Let me get back to some of these other folks. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right.
Let's take a step back and really look at what just happened here. This conversation was less about bisexuality or cheating and more about contradiction. She says she wants a traditional relationship. She says she values monogamy, but her history and current mindset tell a different story. It's not about judgment, it's about logic. You can't plant the seeds of a modern, fluid lifestyle and expect to grow the fruits of structure and tradition. The two don't align. Wanting to be married and stable while still entertaining urges and emotional impulses is like trying to drive with one foot on the gas and the other on the brake. Eventually, you burn out the engine. And that's what a lot of people are doing. They're burning out emotionally because they're chasing freedom and stability at the same time. That doesn't work. You have to make a choice. You want traditional love? It takes sacrifice, boundaries, and consistency. You want freedom and exploration? That comes with risk, fluid expectations, and less permanence. Neither path is wrong, but pretending you can have both only leads to confusion. And in the end, pain. Kevin said something important. We don't talk about sex honestly. And that's the root of this whole conversation. We suppress, avoid, or over-sexualize, but we rarely educate. We think sex should just work on its own. That's like expecting a plant to grow without water, sunlight, or care, especially in the Black community. Silence around sexuality creates cycles of shame, secrecy, and unmet expectations. We never build the foundation. We just keep rearranging broken pieces and hoping the structure holds. And when it doesn't, we blame the other person instead of the blueprint we never laid out. Now, to her credit, she was trying to explore these questions honestly, but desire without discipline leads nowhere. Wanting love is easy. Maintaining love, that takes emotional maturity. That takes self-control. That takes doing the hard work when no one's watching. So here's the takeaway. Don't say you want a stable, committed future if your actions are built on unstable, impulsive decisions. You're not building a legacy. You're living in survival mode. And no one builds a kingdom on chaos. If you found value in this breakdown, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that cuts through the noise. We don't sugarcoat over here. We speak truth with clarity, and accountability always comes first. Drop a comment below. Was she being honest or avoiding the real work? I want to hear your take. Until next time, keep your mind sharp, your standards high, and your emotions in check. This is Stoic Context. See you in the next one.
Hello.
Am I muted now?
Yeah, sure. How old are you?
I'm 38.
All right. So what's your disagreement?
So the question was about women.
Now, why does he have to be so? Why does he have to be good in bed?
He doesn't have to be good, but he can't be the worst.
Okay.
Like you said, a woman should tell a man what pleases her.
Mm-hmm.
So if we initially have intercourse and it's not pleasing to me, but everything else is, good, I would explain to him what is not pleasing to me and what I like to please me. And then from there, if he...
How old are you? So how old are you? 38?
I'm 38, yes, sir.
Do you have any children?
I have 2 children.
Do you want to be married one day?
Yes, sir.
Would you like any more kids?
No, sir.
So automatically you're looking, if you got married, you'd be looking for a stepfather.
Well, their father is very active in their life.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. It's still a stepfather.
Okay.
Still a stepfather.
Okay.
Active or not. So, were you married to their father?
We were engaged. I wanted to be married. He even
the engagement queens. My goodness, I laugh because it's becoming like a running joke on this channel now. How many times I asked a Black woman if you be married? He's like, nope, been engaged. You got the kids up.
I understand.
And here's the problem. if a man were to marry you, straight up, a man taking on 2 kids and being a stepfather, don't you think it should be happy that you get that? Yes. Why do you get, I mean, sex is, how does that compare into a man? See, that's what the first woman, I couldn't get it. I mean, when you start listening to somebody talk like that, it's like you ladies don't rank men except outside of money and a wallet and a dick. What would a stepfather be bringing to your daughter's life and your life outside of the bedroom?
Oh, well, I hope he wouldn't be bringing anything to my daughter's life in the bedroom.
Obviously not, but you know what I mean.
For my daughter to see how a male is supposed to treat a woman, to see how a man is supposed to operate. It's like I said, for me, I wouldn't necessarily, if the sex wasn't good, I wouldn't necessarily X him out and leave him. Okay. I said that I would try to work with him. I know my circumstances.
That's good because
I'm very aware of my value. I know my circumstances. I'm not married, not by my choice. My cheater was a sloppy cheater, as you would call him. Okay. He had a child outside of our engagement.
Okay. So ultimately, working with somebody makes more sense because most women today don't see much value in men. Okay. So it's like we have to go. It's like I don't see men. That's what I'm starting to gather from this platform because they don't see the intrinsic value of men. The only way men really show value in a lot of women's mind is in the bedroom and at the bank.
I agree.
So at least as a woman with 2 children, you know how at least it would be to have somebody else in the house to help shoulder that responsibility. So, of course.
And I would in turn try to do everything that he asked of me that is, pleasing. If I'm not pleasing him, anything, I would actually inquire. Is there anything that I can do to please you?
That's a more workable situation. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Go ahead and unmute yourself, Janelle. We're going to have to keep this on. This conversation needs to stay tight because I don't want to go all over the place. Janelle, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay.
What value does a man bring to what value does a man bring outside the bedroom and outside of the bank?
He definitely needs to be a supporter. He needs to be a protector. And he doesn't have to provide everything because I'm willing to step up. I'm not one of those women from the 1950s where he has to do everything. So I'm definitely going to pull my weight too. So just be a supporter, be a provider, be a protector.
Hold on. I've asked you what value does a man bring outside the bedroom and the bank? And then you said he doesn't have to be a supporter.
The sole provider. He doesn't have to be the sole provider.
Being a supporter, what does that mean? Don't overtalk me. Don't overtalk me. What is that? What does being a supporter mean?
Okay, so if we have children and it's an issue going on with the kids, and
but you only want one kid.
No, I'm saying kid or kids. I'm just speaking hypothetical at this point.
Oh, so, ma'am, hold on. That's why I asked you all those questions up front to kind of get an understanding. Because when you ladies do this, you make it up as you go, and there's no questions I can answer to follow up. You only wanted one kid. So we're going to deal with one kid. Well, Kevin, hypothetically, you only have one kid.
Okay. All right. So if we have if there's an issue with our child, and I see that it should be done like this based off what's best for our child and our family, I would want him to support my decision on that.
Whoa.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
We go.
Yeah, this is why women like you end up buying dogs and dying alone. Because that means
I don't like dogs. I'm allergic.
Well, it doesn't matter what you like. Dogs, cats, gerbils, it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you just said, if you make a decision for our child, you want your husband to support you.
Yeah, but if he feels like it could be done, if it should be done this way, then I'm going to support him. It's going to be reciprocated. I want to work with him, not against him.
Who leads?
He leads, of course, definitely.
I ain't heard. Thank you, Lyric. I'm saying the same thing. I ain't hearing nothing. Leadership, nothing.
You didn't ask.
Yeah, enough. Not enough of this silliness. Yeah, let's go ahead and help you on out. I want y'all to understand that's an overweight school teacher. Average looking overweight school teacher. Coming in with all that attitude. Yeah, you can laugh, Lyric. You can laugh at her. That's right. An overweight, average looking school teacher coming in here with all that attitude. What the French toast you think you talking about? He's going to support my decision and I this and I that and I blocky blue blah. The hell?
What we just heard shows exactly why so many relationships don't work. It wasn't about the question. It was about who's in charge. When asked what guys bring besides money and hooking up, her answer kept going back to one thing: what she wants, her rules, her way of doing things. That's not how relationships work. That's basically saying, do what I say or get out. She only talked about guys being leaders after someone pushed her on it. It wasn't her first answer. That tells you what she really thinks. She thinks being the leader is something she gets to decide. And when you have to ask permission to lead, you're not really leading. A guy who takes care of kids that aren't even his is doing something big. That's not just being nice. That's taking on a huge job. But then she wants that and she wants to make all the decisions. That doesn't work. Good relationships happen when both people know what they're supposed to do, when they actually respect each other, when they get how hard the other person's job is. But when one person treats the other like an assistant instead of a partner, it falls apart. This wasn't really about sex or money. It was about who gets to be the boss. And if a guy isn't actually the leader, then he's just doing whatever she tells him to do. Most guys who have any self-respect won't put up with that. Here's the deal. If you want a strong guy, you have to actually let him be strong. If you can't do that, he's going to leave. So that's what I think happened here. If this makes sense to you, hit that subscribe button. Tell me what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next time.